Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, Jan and I are over at the bull farm, and we just checked on the bulls, and just a beautiful February day, and the wind's not blowing, and Jan had a list of questions that she'd gathered up, so we were going to do a video question and answer session.
Yeah, so it's been a while, and it's a good evening to do it. So one of the first questions is, what do you think of painting stumps with concentrated vinegar? Do you think it will work? Especially since we've been trimming and cutting here lately.
Yeah, so if you cut a stump off, no matter what if you wanted to try that, I've never done it, so I can't say for sure that it'd work, but it wouldn't hurt to try it, I guess. But if you're gonna cut it, you gotta paint it within 3 hours. Sooner is better. And make sure you cover the basal area, the outside of that stump. Don't paint the center of the stump, you're just wasting your vinegar. But you're gonna have to dose it down pretty good, and check it. Do an experiment and try it.
Yeah, and for us, we're doing lots of land,
Yeah,
so
5,000. I mean, this morning Joel and I probably cut 5,000 of them.
And so we don't really want to.
I'm not doing it twice.
Yeah, we've got a bunch that we have to go back and redo because you said not to have them painted last year.
Well, you can tell the ones you don't paint. I mean, this morning Joel and I found some that had a stump, and there must have been 20 of them growing out of that stump. You just tell that stump did not get painted at all when it was cut last year. So yeah.
So we have enough enough brush in front of us. We don't want to go back. Okay, so this time of year, we're coming out of winter, spring's just knocking on the door, but it's not here. So those pad sizes that you're doing in the video at this time of year, how is it are you fluctuating the overall size of the pads going from like fall to winter and winter to spring?
Am I fluctuating the size of the paddock?
Yeah. How are we doing that?
Yeah, so to make sure we don't run out of winter stockpile, because we were in a dry year last year, we got bailed out in August. We did catch some rain. We grew probably half of what would be average, but it's still more than the year before that. We didn't grow any. But so to stretch out our winter stockpile, what we've done is, of course, we sold off animals last summer, but we're giving these bulls behind us, we're giving them half of their normal ration of grass. And then we'll fill in the next day, we give them just half of a big round bale, just a half. There's 26 pretty good sized bulls back here, and they're only getting half a bale, okay? And they only get that every other day. And so grass, a little strip of grass, and then a little piece of hay, then a little strip of grass. So that's how we're stretching out. So we're into February 19th, and we've still got the back of this farm to graze. But now we've got something coming on, and that is we're going to be weaning a bunch of bulls. So our herd over here is going to grow. So that's why we're trying to stretch out our winter stockpile. We're not trying, we're doing it.
Right. And then, well, we got Rucker over here. Every time a car goes by, he thinks he's going to be badass dog, and I'm going to get me a car. But anyway, so the next question I have is, do you ever have those cows preg checked by a vet, or how can you tell if they're bred or not?
Yeah, so we don't preg check. What we have been doing is, we turn the bulls in 1st of July, and we take the bulls out the end of August. That's what we did this year. And so that way we're going to have a 60-day calving season for spring. Well, then we turn the bulls back in, because we had some later calving cows this summer. We knew those didn't get bred because the bulls weren't with them. So we put the bulls back in December to catch the ones that calved this fall. So we'll have a fall calving cows next year that will be, we're going to sell them. So anything that doesn't calve.
Maybe not.
Well, yeah, that's another story.
That's another topic.
Anything that doesn't calve by June 1st is considered not a spring calver for us. But yeah, we used to preg check, and folks, we had, in those days we probably had 80, 90 cows, and we had a vet come out and preg them. I'll never forget it. She pregged, I don't know what it was, 20 opens, something like that, 20 to 25, and put them in this holding pen. I was going to haul them off the next morning. I went out there. 2 of them had calves. 2 of them had calves the next morning. They were 3rd period bred. I know that they've gotten a lot better at detecting pregnancies now.
But that would have been a costly mistake.
That would have been a really costly mistake. I mean, I had a pregnant cow. I was going to sell her as an open, and she wasn't open. She had a calf the next morning. So anyway, yeah.
But so we don't preg check.
We don't preg check. No.
But we know kind of the windows of when they should have been born.
Here's the deal. If you only had 1 herd and your calf from April to the end of May, and anything that didn't calve during that period, you ought to get rid of them. Just get rid of them.
Because why?
Well, they're not in your window of calving, and so they fell out. They culled themselves out of your herds. What they did.
And it's a source of revenue.
Yep. Cull cows or cash flow.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is the name of those loppers that we use?
Nippies. Is it Nippies?
I think I can't.
No. What is the name of them?
I don't know. You have them in the four-wheeler here?
Yeah, but we don't need to walk in there right now. Gosh darn it.
I think
it's not
something.
Nippies. It's something Lucan. Yeah.
They're German made.
Yeah.
Or overseas, but
gosh darn it. They're good loppers.
They're expensive, but
they're the best.
We've gone, if you look in the garage or the shop, you would see multiple different varieties that we have used.
The broken handles and broken jaws. These don't break.
No.
Yeah.
And,
I love using them. Man,
we try not to abuse them too much, but it's just the nature of the beast.
We had an intern break a handle on one.
I know. Not on these.
He didn't. Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's right.
One of our pairs has a broken handle on it. He gave it all he had, and it snapped it. So they got fiberglass handles on them, but our interns are strong.
Okay. Again, the electric saw that we use, is it a Stihl MSA 140? Is it lightweight?
It's MS 140. It's an electric saw. We bought a backup battery for it. You can make 500 cuts with 1 charge. 500 cuts. And it does take bar oil. You got to remember to put the bar oil in it, but it doesn't, it's no gas. I like it because it's so darn light. The saw only weighs like 3 or 4 pounds. And literally you can carry it. Don't try and run it with one hand, but you can carry it with one hand. And you can cut hours in that thing. Your arms are not tired. You pull up a 13, 14 pound gas chainsaw, you're going to be ready to set that thing down.
And Jan likes it too because I can start it.
Folks, yeah, definitely. You got to be careful with it though. It still is a chainsaw, and it will cut you. Just because it's light and it looks kind of innocent looking, it will cut you. So you got to you got to respect chainsaws.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is a lightweight. I can handle it, and I don't have to ask one of the guys to come start it for me because I'll flood those little machines.
It's a lot faster than using loppers.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, and saves, well, just moving a lot quicker.
Yep.
Okay, one more question. How many more bulls will join in with those bulls in March when you take them out of your cow herd?
Oh gosh, we won't know until we sort through them, but that's the day that we give everything. They get banded, they get their black leg shots, the weenie shots. It's a 7-way, that's what we give them. And if you don't give them that tetanus shot, folks, don't band them. I had a guy I think he was in South Carolina, he banded 4 steers and he didn't give him a tetanus shot. He lost all 4 of them.
And they're a very inexpensive.
Yeah, a tetanus shot's $1. I mean, come on.
I mean,
5cc tetanus shot.
We're not into vaccinations but
no.
But one, this is profit for the farm and not being cruel to the animals.
That's right. You owe it to the animal to make sure that they're healthy. So, yep. So I think that's a good group of questions you got there. I wish I could remember the name of that. If you got a second, I'd run in and grab that.
Well, maybe for the next video that we do, we'll do that. But
Gosh,
anyway.
That's terrible. I can't remember the name of them.
But
yeah, anyway, folks, y'all have a good one. And on the way out, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.